brings us to the Big Easy. And with that "Who Dat" chant bouncing off the walls behind us, we know that we're ready for football at Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Across from him, Saints head coach Kellen Moore. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first win here at home in week 2. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Louisville.
And I can't imagine that week 1 was anything except a whirlwind for this young man. A few bright spots in the opener, but as expected, a few rookie mistakes as well. Let's find out if he learned from them, and we'll show some progress and improvement starting here in week 2.
Second and 10.
Shuck now to throw.
25-yard line.
There's Chris Olave. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Throwing, Shuck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Kamara up the middle. Able to slither by. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44.
44-yard line.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Malik Mustafa on the coverage.
It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try to keep your quarterback upright.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
18 yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And he's going to use his legs here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Shuck. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. To throw is Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the the Saints. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown score or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
A tough time this season. His team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
49ers.
A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a dude?
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Purdy. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down. You look at this Saints defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 of the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stumped him for no gain.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
On target over the middle to Hill. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 4.
From the gun, Shuck. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sack.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
This is taken at the 18. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
San Francisco.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Taken down at the 42. The numbers from McCaffrey last week. 25 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. You look at the Saints defense. They enter play here number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in the football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
49er first down.
Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
33-yard line.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back. The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Out of the gun, Purdy. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve. So Purdy off and Rudy on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw now, Shuck. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to the 30. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
At the 26-yard line.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 12. Now Purdy. And the Saints pressure gets him. One down for a sack. Brian Brzee. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. So here are the Saints to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a first and 10. They begin on the ground with Camaro. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
He's brought down by Michael Williams. A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 46-yard line.
Now Shuck. Under pressure, and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Shuck. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Results in a fourth down.
Here's Matthew Hayball now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And that will come the offense as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Purdy from the gun. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And it's third down.
Purdy from the gun on third down. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
It's now
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Olave over the middle. Here is third and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 5.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. The Saints had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign, dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brings up 2nd down. At the
McCaffrey on the counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Purdy looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down.
Ayuk goes in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Purdy. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the 32-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he still is yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Here's Purdy. Looking deep for Jennings. That's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Shuck now to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey ready to go once more. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. At the
throwing here, Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
At their own 44-yard
Now, if you're a
line.
fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game now. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. Throwing, Sharp. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Brings up 3rd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to go. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. To the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board, and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A throw right side here going to be incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Here's Shuck. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
He'll take it at the 42. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Connects with Kittle underneath. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this down to the 40. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Here's Guerrero on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Brings up 2nd down.
In motion left goes Jennings. Purdy now to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. They're probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he missed it. It's no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch, and we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw is Shuck. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Jair Brown on the coverage.
They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 27 yards. That's good for us Saints. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through the entire defense with the net reaching out.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
For another Saints.
Play action. Shuck. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Brings up 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Bagley. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Shifts past him at the 45. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First down, San Francisco.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. This is McCaffrey on the give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
On the stop.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the Saints' 43-yard line.
Now Purdy. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It's 3rd down.
Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Jake Moody on for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Saints 10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A quick throw there is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw now, Shuck. He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Saints, first down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Well, they'll run it here, the jet sweep, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
44-yard line.
Now Shuck. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense.
See what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
It's 4th down.
Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. He's going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 11. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. So they wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Operating from the gun, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And a 49er first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is... And he's into the end zone. A fumble return on a safe touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Reaper for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a give, right side, McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 66 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
49ers.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Throwing on 2nd down. Purdy. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. This now a 3rd and 4.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Julian Blackmon in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 9 now. And Cooks has it over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. There comes the Saints punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard gain. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Purdy on a sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
It's just so unusual to see a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak play. Give a lot of credit to the defensive front. They weren't permitting anything.
Yeah, from the naked eye, they only needed 2 or 3 inches there.
Yeah, and how do you go from needing 2 or 3 inches to losing yardage? The more and more that we broadcast games, the more I realize how much this game is about the eyes. And in this case, they got fooled because the defense was checking out the eyes of the back, thinking he was getting the ball. Should have been looking at the QB, shouldn't they?
A little bit of a surprise indeed, and he was able to get forward for that 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down. Purdy. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Purdy. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted,
and the drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And even though he gets out of bounds to start the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
That's good for us.
And he'll indeed take a knee. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Saints, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.